Hey everybody. So I decided that this is a new show. I'm just gonna deal with that and treat it like a really good show. So I got some plans. I took some notes. I'm gonna try out a few things. We'll see how it goes. I got some segments. I was in the lunchroom earlier and I underheated my soup, which I will review later, but I underheated my soup, and my boss asked me if I was sure if I was done heating it, and I said, yeah, it's fine, it's no big deal. And then I took a test bite on the way to the car, and it's not hot enough. Oh, okay, so here's my soup review. It's Progresso Minestrone Light. So it's vegetable noodle. You know what minestrone is. It's that, but thin because of the light. And the potatoes are not happening right. Which, if you don't heat it right, it's they're chalky. They're like chalky little bits. And I don't know. I don't like them, but I'm gonna eat it still. And I don't think it's the soup's fault, it's my fault, as I said earlier. Yeah, it's bad. But I'll move on, because you don't want to listen to me eat soup. I sold something yesterday online. Somebody from Oregon bought something of mine that I made, which was a wooden thing that I found at a thrift store, and then I wrote Que Sera Sera on it, and I didn't really like it that much. I thought it was fine. I thought this might as well be something that's worth something to somebody, maybe. And on the special notes, whoever this person wrote, "This is the coolest thing I've seen in a very long time." And that's good. And that got me thinking, man, it really doesn't matter how much I work on anything, because I never know who's gonna like what. I used to hold a great value on hard work when you're crafting something, but the longer that I make things, the more I realize the things I work on the most aren't ever really liked the most. So I should just stop working so hard, is what I've concluded. So that's cool. I'm gonna send that out to her, a little bit later. Now, also this morning, I went to McDonald's because I ran out of Eggos, blueberry Eggos, and I bought a hash brown and a sandwich, but that's irrelevant. There was a deaf woman ordering, and it was a pretty awkward situation because she ordered, and it took quite a while to order, and I wasn't gonna get mad. I mean, that's just dumb to get mad in that situation, but it took a while, and after she ordered, she walked outside, and she came back in pretty quickly, and then they called her order, and McDonald's doesn't have any screen that shows a number, and this person wasn't really paying attention, and I didn't know if I should say anything, so the McDonald's employee called her order maybe 5 to 7 times, and I just stood there, and I didn't say anything. So I was just wondering if that was good or bad. So I was thinking about that. I don't know what else I was thinking about. I could try out a few different segments here. I could do a segment on this empty can. I could do an empty can segment. Here, hold on. Okay, so this is my empty can segment. This is a can. It's a Pepsi can, Pepsi Max to be specific. 0 calories, maximum taste, it says on the aluminum. It's black, blue, red, and white, and it's got splatter marks on it, like cool splatter marks, like an explosion. I think it has aspartame. Is it aspartame or aspartame? It's open opened, so, and it's empty, but I don't know if that's good or bad, because if it's an empty can and it's the segment's about cans, then that's probably good, because it wouldn't have any excess of liquid that would take away from it just being a can. But it could be bad if you consider an essential quality of a can to contain substances. So I don't really know how to rate the can, to be honest. So I'll give it a. It's hard. I'll give it a 3 out of 5 points. 3 out of 5 points. That's my rating for the Pepsi Max can. The soup. Now I'm noticing the soup is getting colder and the vegetables aren't very hot. I'll give it, I don't know. I'm gonna give the Progresso minestrone soup, out of a 10-point rating, I'll give it 6 points, which is not quite average. If I had heated it properly, I would have said 7, which is good enough, which is pretty good, but it's more leaning on a 6, which is not quite pretty good. Which, if you take into consideration it's my fault that the soup is, it's my fault that the soup isn't very good. You could put a heavy 6, I'd say heavy 6. Yeah, that's where I stand. Not quite pretty good for the Progresso soup. Do you guys ever stare at the tiny oil bubbles in soup when you heat it up? They all kind of fall down like a game of Plinko on Prices Are Right, or The Price is Right. I love that show. I used to watch that show at my grandma's house a lot. I should go visit my grandma soon, because she has cancer, and I haven't gone to visit her in maybe a month. Maybe over a month. So, I guess I should go into another review. I don't want the show to be all reviews, but I thought a lot of podcasts I listen to review things, so I thought it'd be a good place to start out and see if I'm that kind of a guy that likes to review things. But I don't feel very interested in reviewing things, so I don't think this is going very well, because I don't really care that much about if these things are good or not. I have a feeling if I reviewed stuff like this, it'd all end up being about 7. So I'd say if I reviewed everything over and over again for a really long time, it'd all kind of end up around 7. So I guess that's my review on everything. Yeah. It's like a heavy 7. Pretty good. Oh, I had one more review. My Time. I was going to review Time. And so the thing I like about Time is it's very, very big. And it's very infinite. And it's always... It just keeps going. So I like that it just doesn't quit. My only complaint about that is that it goes by very fast. And for me, I would prefer to just keep going with Time, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to keep going with it. So that makes me sad. But I think it would be better if Time were more, like a little more infinite and a little more constant and a little less fleeting. But it's hard to say because I can't gauge it. And I also don't like having such a small portion. I mean, I know I shouldn't complain about being here, but I'm just saying, like, I'd like a little more of a slot, a little more of a time slot. I don't think that's too much to ask, considering lifespans aren't even 100 years usually. I mean, you can't really get much done in 100 years. Driving home now. So this is the driving home segment. I just thought of it. So this is how it's going. It's raining. There's a cop on my right and a van on my left, and I think there's a spring in my seat that keeps breaking, but it feels weird because it'll break and then unbreak. Oh shoot, these cops there's like 3 cops and one of them has their door open. Oh shoot, pulled over some Mexicans. Oh my god, there's more cops. There's 3, 4, 6 cops on West Lane. Oh my god, that's all. I didn't see anything else. There was just cops on the road. But it seemed interesting because when you see cops on the road, that's what you do. You just look at them and then you wonder what happened. So I'm done with that now. Well, anyway, there's this back to this spring. There's a broken spring on my passenger seat in the cushion. So if I hit a speed bump, I sink down about I'm gonna guess about 2¼ inches, and then if I hit, say, another, like a pothole or just kind of a bump, but not really a bump, it'll pop back up, and like it'll kind of push my butt up a little bit. So I don't know what to do about that because I don't know anything about cushions, but it's been bothering me I've had this car now for I want to say almost a year. So that's how long it's been bothering me. So I got to get that taken care of. Well, I won't get it taken care of, but there's that. And I should be home soon. It's Friday. It's the end of my week. This will probably go up Monday. So hopefully some people can maybe give me a critique. I don't know. You guys hear my car? That's my car. It's a 1984 Toyota Camry LE, and the left window just broke a little bit ago. Well, not the window, not the glass pane, but the mechanism that rolls it up and down, because I'm guessing this is the first year that Toyota had all electric windows. But, you can't complain. You can't complain because once you complain, then you're ungrateful, and once you're ungrateful, you're that's not okay. So I got a 1984 Camry, and that's just how it is. I like it. If you Google 1984 Camry LE, it'll come up on there, and it looks kind of like a DeLorean, but not quite, not as cool. Yeah, I hope everybody has a good time. Okay, so I'm almost home, and it occurred to me while listening back on a couple things, I just wanted to clarify that I'm aware of the inconsistencies in my thought threads. For instance, earlier in my Pepsi Max can review, I declared it, and I named it too early, and I called it an empty can review. Well, I should have called it just, an all-encompassing can review, like with all types and sorts of cans in all their different states. So that's one inconsistency, because halfway through I'm judging this can compared to filled cans, and you can't do that. It's like judging, like a romantic comedy, and then all of a sudden you start throwing out, sci-fi crossovers and stuff. It's just not, it's stupid. So I was stupid, and I'm sorry. And I'm also stupid because I was complaining about the spring that was broken, which is still broken, but is not located in my passenger seat. So I'm sorry about that too. And I'm really sorry that I sound this way. Or not that I sound fine, but my brain's too inconsistent. I would like it to be more on top of things, and it's not. So hopefully this helps, but that's not your concern. I'm sorry. That I don't want to put that on you. So I think this is going to conclude this episode, and, I'm sorry.